There's no cure for racing. You're not even going broke. The only cure for racing is the end of our lives, not the end of our career.
By far the best series I've ever raced in, dollar for dollar. I can race all year on a quarter what it would cost me to run anything else.
Here you can beat it out or make a new one and be back the next week. And it's really an affordable series. I really like it.
It's nice to come back, and have the car slide around and, put it back in the driver's hands. I like that.
Hi everybody, I'm Olivia Pritchett. The Super Cup Stock Car Series is back at one of our favorite tracks. Between this being such an excellent facility and being set in the gorgeous Laurel Mountains of Western Pennsylvania, this track is known for bringing in up to 6,000 fans per event. Welcome to Jennerstown Speedway.
Crowd continues to gather this afternoon as the Super Cup Stock Car Series welcomes back one of its longtime veterans, Kevin Cromer, who is rumored to be out the entire rest of the season. He returns for championship weekend here at Jennerstown Speedway. Fast and relatively flat half mile here in Western Pennsylvania. Hello everybody, I'm Gene Crane. You heard from Olivia Pritchett. She'll cover all the action for us once again from pit road throughout the evening. Field rolls out for the first of our Twin 50s for the Heritage Gold Farmers Union Co-op Night at the Races, presented by Grip Clean. Bill Ashton will start the 35 on the inside of row 1 by virtue of the 6-car draw. Brent Nelson in the 80 car starts alongside him. Larry Berg lines up inside row 2 in the 7, and Claire Zimmerman in the 28 alongside. Point leader Harvey Harrison inside row number 3 in the 51, and Brian Harrison in the 15 on the outside of him. Kevin Cromer brings the 77 inside row 4, and winner at Lonesome Pine, Ben Ebling in the 14 on the outside. Row 5 sees Brian Coltrider in the 07 starting on the inside, and Brandon Harrison in the 5 car on the outside. Third in points, Jeff Zillweger in the 18. He's on the inside of row 6, and Stephen Cox in the 33 on the outside. Kyle Cromer also returning to action in the 52. He's inside row 7, and Jason Holhouse in the 38 on the outside. Row 8 will see rookie Trent Gosser, second place run at Lonesome Pine, 1 race ago for the 71, and Steve Harvilla in the 4 car starting alongside him. Final row, Tom Gosser Jr. in the 21 on the inside, and Jason Shue in the 3 on the outside. That is your starting lineup. The pace car about to turn left to pit road, giving Bill Ashton and Brent Nelson command of the field as they look to the flag stand. And green is in the air. We're underway at Jennerstown in the first of Twin 50s for the Super Cup Stock Car Series finale weekend. Nelson with a slight advantage getting into the corner, but Ashton to the inside. He'll pull alongside and battle side by side for the lead. Also side by side for third, Larry Berg and Claire Zimmerman. The 7 and the 28 car. Here are the leaders off of turn 4. Ashton with a nose out front. Here comes Nelson on the outside. Nelson will lead lap number 1. Still side by side through turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Nelson holding on to the outside line in the 80 car. Berg set quick time in qualifying earlier today. He holds down third. It is this time off of turn 4, Ashton who will lead the way. He leads lap number 2. Quite a surprise up front. Bill Ashton in the 35 car. Really kind of representative of what we've seen throughout the point standings here in 2016.
We have Harvey Harrison and Brent Nelson at the top of the points battle, but both of them actually have not finished every race. And then we got someone like Jeff Zillweger, who's in the points battle too, who's just been extremely consistent this season and still has a shot at the title, and he's at his home track, and he could play the spoiler. It's going to be a total wild card today too. It's just with a lot of different stories all coming together.
The wild card out front, it is Bill Ashton in the 35. He's been consistent throughout the season, and right now showing the way here in the early going of this Twin 50, the first of Twin 50s tonight here at Jennerstown. Here's a look at the top 5 as we head to break. Ashton, Nelson, and Berg, with Claire Zimmerman and Harvey Harrison rounding out your top 5. The Super Cup Stock Car Series is brought to you by Racing Electronics and by McGonigal Engine Performance, the power to win. Prior to tonight's race, several drivers had a little conversation on pit road, including Steve Harvilla and Brian Coltrider and Stephen Cox, among others. Coltrider, by the way, has been on pit road from the drop of the green flag. Problems there, but up front, no problems for Bill Ashton. The 35 car has shown the way over Brent Nelson. Nelson in the 80 car comes in second in points. Larry Berg in the 7 car rounds out the top 3 of a 3-car breakaway. Looks like Coltrider's hood being put down and hood pins going in. Perhaps the Mystic Motorsports crew has found the issue with the 07, the grip clean entry. Not a lot of activity yet. Looks like an analyzer going into the driving compartment for Brian Coltrider to take a look at. So problems continue for Coltrider on pit road. But up front, it's Ashton showing the way. He's got to look in that rear view mirror and seeing that looming large is the 80 of Brent Nelson. Nelson has had a tumultuous year, won the season opener, was the point leader, but has had some issues over the last several races and put him behind. He comes in with a 46-point deficit.
Coming into the race, we're feeling very positive. You know, we hopefully got the gremlins out of the way. You know, the last race at Lonesome Pine, you know, we broke the motor, but you know, we got the car back and started assessing what was going on, and it was just best for us to get the motor pulled out and switch it over and get another one in. We had to have a safety net to fall back on, and we'll see what happens.
Nelson has been able to get the job done. He rides 4 car lengths back from Bill Ashton. Ashton himself using a crate motor, a bit underpowered throughout the 2016 season. An article during the offseason by Aaron Creed, Super Cup PR coordinator, talked about the use of this engine and its ability to use standard pup gas. Use the 93 octane gas available at your gas station. But here at Jennerstown, he's showing the way at a track that has a lot of history and importance to Super Cup.
Well, the benefits of having the championship race at Jennerstown is several different things. We've got a fantastic fan base here. They love us when we come to town. They appreciate it. You know, having us here, and we just love to race at this facility. For the people who don't know, the Super Cup Series was started from the Hooters Pro Cup Northern Division, which at one time we owned this racetrack, and that division was housed right here at this racetrack. So coming to Jennerstown is actually a homecoming to us.
Well, Ashton continues to show the way, but 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, pretty good battle back here. We see Steve Harvilla, Harvey Harrison, Ben Ebling. Looks like Brian Harrison there, and the 28 of Claire Zimmerman getting into the 4 of Harvilla, and Harrison collecting a big piece of that. Looks like Ebling in the 14 also involved. All this happening over in turn 3. Ebling's car showing a lot of steam out of the overflow. Here's another look at it. Zimmerman to the inside, Harvilla coming down. Zimmerman was there as well. The two get together. Here comes Brian Harrison right into the left rear of Zimmerman's 28 car. Ebling suffering some damage to the rear bumper cover of that 14 car. And from Brian Harrison's onboard down the back straightaway, a lot of glare. You can see they got together, and then it's obscured. And right into the side of Claire Zimmerman's 28 goes Brian Harrison. Heavy damage to the front of the 15. Looks like he's going to limp to the entrance of pit road. From Harvey Harrison's perspective, up on the outside a little bit, there are Harvilla and Zimmerman getting together in the corner. Harrison goes up to the outside and around the incident. And no apparent damage to Harvey Harrison. Brian Harrison's car on pit road. And looks like it will be a short night for Harrison and the 15 car, and probably not able to restart for the second of Twin 50s tonight here at Jennerstown. It's Bill Ashton, Brent Nelson, Larry Berg, Harvey Harrison, and Trent Gosser, your top 5 as we head out to break. The Super Cup Stock Car Series is brought to you by Performance Fiberglass Products and by Impact Racing at ImpactRaceProducts.com. Full house at Jennerstown Speedway once again. Championship weekend for the Super Cup Stock Car Series. Heritage Coal Farmers Union Co-op night at the races presented by Grip Clean as we head down for a restart in the first of Twin 50s here this evening. On the break, looks like Brent Nelson in the 80 car is going to get the advantage from the outside. He'll take over the race lead down in turns 1 and 2. Ashton drops to second and quickly has a challenge. On the outside comes Harvey Harrison in the 51 car. Harrison is going to bypass Ashton down in turn 3. So Harrison to second, Ashton to third, and Berg holding down 4th. Deeper in the field, Ben Ebling in the 14, the winner at Lonesome Pine, really crossed up out of turn 4, straightens up and back underway just just ahead of Jeff Zillweger and the 77 of Kevin Cromer. Cromer, an unexpected entry, here racing this weekend.
I finished up my treatments a week and a half ago, and the doctor said I wasn't supposed to do this, but I'm going to do it. It's something we do, you know. When you just don't become a race car driver and wake up one morning and say, I want to be a race car driver. It's in you, and it's something you do. It's a way of life, and it's the way everybody else. There's a couple other guys in this series that had issues prior to the years, and they're back in the car because it's what we do.
Spoken like a true racer, Kevin, and no explanation needed. We understand. On board with Larry Berg, one of those drivers that had some difficulty during the off-season with some a cancer scare, quite frankly. He's on board a different car, a borrowed car, and I'm pretty sure I recognize this car from a couple races back here at Jennerstown.
Yeah, we borrowed it off a friend who does some work for us, some trucking for us, and called him up, and he was gracious enough to let us borrow it.
What adjustments are you having to make? Do you have a ton of prep to do today to have it ready?
Yeah, when you jump into something you've never been in, like stuff don't fit, you know, so it's a little tough. So we put it together in about a day and a half, and with the heat's not helping matters any, so especially for an older fellow like me.
Well, he's getting the job done, that's for certain. Larry Berg showing the way. He just got by Bill Ashton. Ashton got crossed up out of turn 4. Berg able to go by and take over third. Ashton back to fourth, but everybody chasing Brent Nelson in the 80 car. Nelson getting the job done here with about an 8 car length advantage over the field. Super Cup back at Jennerstown, and glad to be here.
It's really exciting for us. There's 19 cars in the pits right now, one more on the road. You can't ask for more than that. And for them to pick our venue to settle their points chase, which is up for grabs by anyone with the twin 50s, anything can happen. Yeah, there's 8 or 10 guys in this race that could win at any time tonight. So we're very excited to have them.
Brent Nelson continuing to show the way. Last time we were here, it was Brent Nelson that left with the point lead. Right now, he trails by 46 points. Has had quite a up and down season. Won at Midvale, had the point lead, got in a crash here at Jennerstown, had only an 8-point advantage going to Lonesome Pine, had a motor problem at Lonesome Pine, and now trying to win this race, doing all he can to get back in the points battle and possibly be the champion for 2016. Nelson, I had a problem out of turn 4. This is Kyle Cromer. Cromer in the 52, son of Kevin Cromer. Kevin in the 77. Saw his son going around, was able to get on the brakes in time before making contact. Both come to a stop on the front straightaway. Here's another look at it just behind Jeff Zillweger. Kyle Cromer's 52 loses traction and goes around. Kevin able to stop in time before making contact, so both should be able to continue on without any other issues. But caution out here at Jennerstown Speedway for this spin. Both cars trying to get refired. Looks like Kyle ready to turn around and rejoin the field. Kevin should be ready to move away and rejoin the field as well. Yes, he does. So both cars back underway. No contact. Under caution, though, as we head to break. Here's a look at our top 5. Brent Nelson, Harvey Harrison, Larry Berg, Bill Ashton, and Trent Gosser, the rookie, rounding out the top 5. The Super Cup Stock Car Series is brought to you by Racing Electronics and by Bochette Timepieces, high-grade, quality-made timepieces. Super Cup Stock Car Series action, season finale weekend, Twin 50s. The Super Cup Series, Heritage Coal Farmers Union Co-op night at the races here at Jennerstown Speedway. Safety truck to pit road and field ready to come back to green on the restart. Nelson and Harrison side by side. They take it back to turns 1 and 2. Harrison up on the outside might have a car, maybe a half a car length advantage, but off the corner, they can make some contact out of turn 2. Little contact. Nelson drops back to second. Harvey Harrison to the race lead. Larry Berg trying to challenge Bill Ashton in the 35 car. Ed Zillweger and the 33 of Stephen Cox. 6 cars battling it out up front for the win here this evening in the first of twin 50-lap events to decide the season championship. Off of turn 2, it is Nelson who got a run off the corner, tried to go to the outside of Harrison, couldn't make it happen. Harrison able to cover. Ashton right behind Nelson, takes a peek to the outside, down the front straightaway. Harrison slides up, then arcs it off into the corner with Nelson right behind. Here's Ashton going around the outside of Brent Nelson. Ashton gets to second, has to woe it down as Harrison took the line away out of turn 2. Side-by-side battle for second. Everybody chasing Harvey Harrison. Bill Ashton using the outside line has the nose out in front of Nelson as they work back to turns 1 and 2. Through the corner, Ashton rolls the corner nicely and pulls alongside Harvey Harrison to challenge for the lead. On board with Harvey Harrison as he puts the car all the way down to the apron, trying to free that car up and get it to turn right in the center of the corner and hold off the charge of Bill Ashton in the 35 car. The little engine that could, and Bill Ashton getting the job done on the outside. Ashton will take over the race lead as they head down the back straightaway. New leader, Bill Ashton, back out front. So Ashton shows the way. It is Harvey Harrison in that second spot. Harrison getting the job done, but Jeff Zellweger also getting the job done. Zellweger has put together a great run here during the 2016 run for the championship, currently third, only 16 markers behind Nelson coming in.
Everything's going good. It's this third place spot's pretty good for me, and just hope we can get through today without any problems.
So what's your attitude for the championship race? You've always been a really clean driver, but your time's up now. So what's your approach for tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be a little tough. I'll just try to stay with Brendan Harvey, and my goal is just to stay with him and see where it places at.
He's run a steady season in and out of every single event. Very competitive and very close to the front. Zellweger in striking distance should either of those 2 point leaders have problems here this evening. Right now, the problem is chasing down Bill Ashton. He's opened out an advantage of maybe 10, 12 car lengths to 35 car. Trying to run away and hide from Harvey Harrison. Here's Ashton, a cross-start finish. He's getting the job done with that little engine that could. One driver that's in the top 5, haven't seen much of him this evening, is Stephen Cox and that 33 machine. Stephen also battling adversity in 2016.
It's hard for me to walk away on an injury. Everybody quits one day. So one day when I quit, I want to be able to hang up my helmet on my own terms. I don't want to be forced out by an injury. I don't want to have an injury sideline me and then wonder, could I have been good again? Could I have come back and been a good driver again? I want all those questions gone. So we're answering them, and I'm having a good time doing it.
Well, how has it gone so far versus your expectations coming back from your injury?
Well, we came out, we set a new track record at Midvale. We really should have won the race, finished second. We ran as high as second at Lonesome Pine, had a chance to win when the right rear tire went flat. So we've not been lucky, but we've been good. I'm happy.
Stephen Cox right now just outside the top 5, running 6th behind his teammate Larry Berg. Berg just now getting by Zellweger to take over 5th. As we head to break, here's your top 5. Everybody chasing 35 car of Bill Ashton here tonight at Jennerstown. We're coming right back for more. The Super Cup Stock Car Series is brought to you by Performance Fiberglass Products and by McGonigal Engine Performance, the power to win. Getting down to the closing laps here at Jennerstown Speedway, and Bill Ashton has gotten the job done here tonight. A motor is important to get you near the front, but the handle is something you need to finish the job, and Bill Ashton's car has handled here tonight. Able to run a little bit higher around the racetrack, roll the corners, and carry that momentum. Bill Ashton, car 35, showing the way. Should be a white flag this time around for Bill Ashton. Ashton works his way off the corner, and 2-start finish. White is in the air one more time around for Bill Ashton. He's got a half straightaway advantage over Harvey Harrison. Further back, here's the battle for 5th. Stephen Cox trying to get by Jeff Zellweger. They'll slide and bang going through turns 1 and 2. Looks like Cox is going to take over 5th from Jeff Zellweger. Off the corner, Bill Ashton, here he is, off of turn 4, checkers in the air. Bill Ashton is going to win it. Ashton takes the race win. Harvey Harrison will come home second. Brent Nelson rounds out the top 3, but Bill Ashton, 62 years of age, gets the job done here tonight by driving where they weren't. Able to make that car work in the middle groove and drive right around the outside. Here's Ashton climbing out of the race car in victory lane. Bill Ashton, your winner, and Olivia's with another first-time Super Cup winner.
Bill, congratulations. How did you do it?
I don't know. The car was just awesome. The guy set it up great. A lot of thinking went into it, and just a lot of work. Because there's some tough guys to race with. Let me tell you, they're. I can't believe I was even anywhere close, let alone in front of them.
What does this mean to you?
This means everything, because I'm thinking about making this my last year of racing, and what a way to go out. I don't know what else to say. I'm just thank Super Cup Stock Car Series, Sopwith Motorsports, and MAV TV, and all the fans in the grandstands.
Oh, we are so happy for you. Great job.
All right, thank you.
Indeed, fantastic job for Bill Ashton here this evening. Second and third went to Harvey Harrison and Brent Nelson as they battle for the point lead and the championship for Super Cup in 2016.
Harvey, the first thing everybody wants to know, what does this mean for points?
Well, it's going to be close. I mean, me and Brent run side by side out there. We were trying to make sure we finished the race. We really didn't have nothing for the 35 without running the guts out of our car, and so it's best off just to finish and try to finish good, and that's what we done. But we had a good time out there doing it. It was a blast.
All right, Brent, talk about the points battle.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we tighten it up any or not. Harvey's right there in front of me. I mean, we thought we had him there for a while, and the doggone caution come out and got us. But hey, we're still in the battle. It's not over yet. We're gonna go after him on the next race, and we'll see what happens.
What's going to happen in the next feature?
It's going to be interesting. Do a little changes, whatever we can do to the car, and come back out, and who knows? You know what? We're going to try to run, go for the win. We don't have a choice. We've got to go for the win if we want to win the championship here, and set tight. It's going to be exciting.
One more race to decide the championship a little later on this evening here at Jennerstown. A look at the finishing order. You heard from Ashton, Harrison, and Nelson. Larry Berg and Stephen Cox round out your top five. Zellweger drops back to the 6th position, and there is the remainder of the running order. For Olivia Pritchett and the entire Sopwith Motorsports crew, I'm Gene Crane, and we'll see you next time when we go racing with the Super Cup Stock Car Series.